Hello and welcome everyone into the fashionable raid day, and we've got our very first Dragonite in person here. 2655, we've got weather boost, so we'd be looking for 2709 on this one. But it's not our first raid. I didn't realize I'd done 13 remotes already. Shout out to the European crew. We've managed to bag a shiny 93% Shinx from the one and only Alex Nexon as our very first remote raid. This Dragonite unfortunately wasn't a shiny one, so we'll just skip on through that. But what was a shiny one was our, I think, 5th or 6th remote from Gabriella over in Sweden that got us a shiny Dragonite. So we've had 2 shinies from the remotes already. Of course, let me know in the comments below how your fashionable raid day went. I'm hoping there's good shiny boosts on this one because honestly, there's 11 different raid bosses and I need one more shiny Wooper for a collection's sake. But I'm going to raid everything that's in my sight just because the vast majority of these are 1 stars. There's some 3 stars like Absol, Butterfree, obviously Curlier and the Dragonite. But hey, I hope you all had a good time. I did see that the folks in New Zealand and Australia had this weird glitch where it was sort of like some patchy areas had no raid spawning at all during the course of the raid day, which is a bit weird. So I'm not a huge fan of this event format. I much preferred, and I don't know why they've done this, but Fashion Week used to be one of the best events, much like my previous video where we talked about the Spring into Spring event. That was a really good event. This used to be a really good week-long event with boosts on shinies and costumes and everything like that, raids, field research, wild spawns, and now it's condensed into 11 different raid bosses inside of a 3-hour window, which I think is a crying shame, frankly, because it had so much better potential, much better potential than things like Bug Out Week and God knows what they've had recently in events. So, hey, let's see what we get with this Curlier. And there's a small pocket of people, because I have a strong suspicion that the vast majority of people are probably going to remote their way through this day. Just target the 1 or 2 that they might want, because there's nothing new. And I don't think there's been anything new since Minchino's introduction. The damage on this one. Curlier, I remember, was one of the very first ones. 2021, I remember that event. It was a good time. 24-hour sesh for it. And honestly, there's way too many Hundos to remember. I think we've got 630 something because it's boosted. It's not blue, unfortunately. 644. And it is actually accurately windy weather. Right, this. I think I've got plenty of Hundos of it. This is nearly the floor. Spectacular. Butterfree from the studios. This is one of the OG costumes from the Fashion Week. We got 1276, no idea, but I would like to say thanks very much to Craig Maycroft from the Patreon squad who gifted us the event ticket for this one, which of course, you know the standard draw on these raid day tickets. I appreciate it because it means we get more orange passes and everything like that. Will it be not a shiny? Anything's a good one for me, but I would like one more Wooper for that family. We've got plenty of Hundos from over the years because plenty of these Pokemon have been available in the wild over the previous Fashion Weeks. It's a dead 3-star, so let's move and jump in on this Shinx. Absol raid, I don't think there's a Hundo. 1390 something, I think it's like 1443 from rough memory. Of course, it used to be in the wild, so it's not red. Some people having insane shine, like with multiple back-to-back-to-backs. I am. Okay, we're approaching a Butterfree, but shout out to So Bad Lol. I just jumped and spammed into a remote raid before the 90-seconder thing turned up. I think that's pretty terrible. Pink Schneasel it is not, but I love this costume. This was the one that threw the most difficulty at me back in the day, because I think it was only available during raids and field research. This one's not been in the wild. There's a Butterfree right ahead. I need to get into that raid. Come on, confirming. Rubbish. Good job we got in the Butterfree. It's a shiny one of 1240 CP, which I think is not overly spectacular, but it's such a lovely shiny anyway. And some of these costumes evolve, some of them don't. At least this one's a final stage, so there's no worrying about this one going backwards. 1240. Oh, it's nearly the Tendo. Fabulous. Kind of playing it fast and loose here. We've got a Shinx followed by the Wooper. Let's see if it's good. It's not. I'm not expecting another one, to be honest. But no idea if it's a 1 in 10 ratio or if it's better than that, because having a 1 in 10 shiny rate across 11 different raid bosses honestly could spell disaster for some people. But this is the one I actually goddamn need. The Wooper. This was a properly difficult one to get, and I really need a second shiny of this. Oh, and I should also finally be able to claim my Mimikyu hoodie in the encounters from the Go Pass. Given how easy the raid bosses are, of course, you can get so many more done. So if you're just burning through the free passes, it means that you'll be able to get this raid day done quicker and easier. Wooper wooper. Don't want to insult anybody wearing a beanie hat, but hey. We got 346. No idea if this is good. Come on, Dange Mouse with the most damage. Nicely done. It's not a pink one, so we'll move on to the next rotation. Well, I just thought I'd search 4-star, and this was in there. This was a random remote I did in between Butterfrees and Shinxes here. This is from Crazy Shiny Boy, and it's a Hundo Krogunk. Not a new Hundo, but the first from a raid, and first from this raid day. Crazy Boy. Let's go with that. Fabulous. I don't think I've ever level 50'd a costume from the Fashion Week, to be honest. Let's claim all of these rewards from the Go Pass. Let's get our encounters for a Raichu of the Kanto variety. Don't need it. Oh, stop attacking. Of course, it didn't catch. Oh my god, why is it so difficult to catch this, honestly? Right, a Alolan Raichu, not a shiny from the Go Pass, and nowhere near that 980. Oh god, why are they so difficult to catch? It is infuriating. And finally, a Mimikyu, 925, not the 100%er. Next rotation, we've got ourselves a Dragonite from the in-person raid. This is not a particularly good one. This, I'll give a funny story actually. If you haven't seen the 24-hour session that I did, I think it was 2023 was the final one I did for the Fashion Week stuff. The chase to get this Dragonite was insanely difficult because it was obviously raid locked. Very difficult because it wasn't spawning very much in the 3-star raid here locally. Sammy, shout out to SYY89 from the Patron Squad, whose invite from Canada brought us our first ever shiny one just after the cusp of midnight, but this one's now adding to the total. It's not particularly good as a 3-star. I'd always love to lucky swap one of those. Small little costume detail, but honestly, really nice bow tie, sunglasses, jokes. Whooper, let's go. One thing I think they could have done to improve this event, and I promise I'll stop nattering along and get onto the shiny checks in a bit, but if they'd done a Fashion Week event like normal and then put a raid day to tail off on the weekend, that would have been, I think, the best combo because you got shiny boosted stuff at the end of the event here on the Saturday event, but you have the whole week to grind bits and pieces during the course of the wild spawns and everything like that. Maybe even have a costume themed spotlight hour like we've had with this shockingly good time event where they've had electric type Pokemon every single evening. Why not do that for the Fashion Week? Have different ones spawning in the wild with their costumes. Whooper, Shinx, all this sort of stuff. I'd like to get a pink Whooper. That would be brilliant. 3-4 something. Pretty mid. Come on, be pink, be pink, be pink, be pink, 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 pink. No. First in-person Croagunk. I like this one. Quality shiny. This is one of the first ones to get its costume back in the day in 2021. It's not a turquoise frog. We've noticed some irregularities with this Go Pass and the raid points. Obviously, you know, a raid should give you 100 points. Francesco got 10 points for the Croagunk raid. I got 5. So we know we're on 35 out of 100. Let's do the Whooper raid and see what happens next. Right, key thing, we want to see how many Go Pass points this thing gives us. We got a file, 352. Wow. Pinkness, no shiny. I heard Marta get the shiny behind me, so that's... She's had a spare for me since 2023 and I completely forgot I needed it. It's one of those things, unfortunately. It's a dead 3-star, but... See, that gave me 10 points, that one, when it should have given 100. Weird. And obviously we know because we haven't leveled up any further. It's actually our first Blitzel of the day. This is one that can't evolve, and it's weird that it can't evolve in my view, because it's that sort of first stager. Boom, not a shiny, and 480 CP. Is it good? Is it bad? It's terrible. It's the word of the day. Dragonite! Oh, I love this thing. Let's go. We're in the wind tunnel. We've got double Minchino to finish off this first hour completion. And it's not pink. 466. Ooh, tiny Shanty 8, fabulous. Well, we've done the other Minchino, it didn't go shiny. Martha got back-to-back shinies of a 98 and 96. However, we got this, which is a completely non-boosted, non-event, non-nothing related Sandshrew. I can't remember the last time I got one of those, to be honest. Not weather boosted, so it's likely to be rubbish IV, but we'll take it. Definitely love, 1 star. Love a surprise shiny, honestly. Oh, can we snipe in the Dragonite? Let's see, come on, Hannah. A Welsh Dragonite. Maybe. Nope, got a Minchino from Studios, and there was a lobby of significant numbers. Pink, with the glasses, it is not. 469. We're approaching 3:30, and I think this is our first in-person Diglett raid, and it's delivered a shiny one, a blue-nosed Diglett. Yes, we'll give it a golden raz. 356. Not a clue what that Hundo CP is for this thing. Do have the shiny family of this complete, and I think the Hundo family for the costumes as well, because this was in the wild 11, 11, 11 goodness. We did pick up a shiny Chansey in between raids. Didn't bother filming it because it's Chansey at the end of the day. There you go. Well, 1 Absol, 1 Blitzel, 1 Croagunk later. Diglett number 2. 2 Diglett raids, 2 Diglett shinies. This one should be significantly better as a 371. I'm cool with that. I mean, giving me the blue nose stuff, if I can actually hit the damn Pokemon. This one is 3-star. Bit better, but not exactly anything to crow about. Trust me, there are lots of raids happening. I'm not putting them on camera because the video would be so long. The Red Lion Gym that's over there, people, has delivered a green dragon. I'm not sure there's a pub called that. We'll have to look on Google and find out. There probably will be. There's a pub named almost anything. It's not a particularly good one. Great for a random lucky trade. Of course, thankfully there's no background to chase for this one. Yes, 2-star, 13, 10, 10. Splendid. And straight in on the Wooper, there's actually the one thing I do need. Of course, we have to keep refreshing the game because when you go to a gym that's out of sight of your original loading range, it goes, gym's under construction. Not that that's been a bug for about 4 years. Should we walk to whatever it is? Minccino, Absol, Butterfree. I will say that Dragonite is the only one in the entire borough in this 30-minute rotation. So they really know which one people want to go for that's actually useful and good and go, we'll turn those Dragonite raids off. Come on, pink Wooper, give me a back-to-backer. Wooper, 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 350. Already have a Hundo from years gone by, so it's nothing to crow about. It's not pink, of course not. The final hour's kicking off with our nice first shiny Blitzel of this day. I think it's the worst one we've had, 478, but it is now just me. Everybody else has either called it quits, gone home, or has very much got their fill. We will confirm it, but I want to blitz. There's a few Dragonite around in this wave at long last. So, terrible 2-star. As we start to wind into the final 30 minutes of the event, a big thanks to all of you wonderful Patreon supporters who help this channel to, you know, keep going and doing this crazy thing on YouTube, going to the live events, and I will confirm on the back of all of that, I will be at Chicago Go Fest 100%. Book the flights finally at an eye-watering amount of cash, but all of you guys mean that we can push on with the content, do this full-time, do crazy challenges, travel to other communities, do these live events and everything else in between. Thank you so very much to all of you for your extra support, and all of you who subscribe to the channel, like the videos, comment on them, get involved in the communities and the socials and everything. Really do appreciate you guys. And after saying thank you to the Patreon crew, we've got ourselves the shiny blue Curlier of 667 CP. I've had this CP 3 times today already, but I love this blue shiny. It's a shame this doesn't evolve up to Gardevoir or Gallade. I think that'll be such a cool introduction to be able to allow some of these OG costume Pokemon, you know, to actually get up to a final stage. Because don't forget, we did have costume Gardevoir, I think back in 2021 for the Meloetta themed Go Fest. Pretty meh on the stats, but lovely stuff. Finally a Curlier to tick off from today. We're approaching a Sneasel. I think I'm going to do this and then try and do some remotes and finish them off. We only have like 6 remotes remaining. Feeling blessed for this RSVP. Thank you very much to Neo Tenkinashi, I think it is, for a Dragonite shiny. And considering I've looked on Campfire, there's not a single Dragonite this final half hour, unfortunately. 2094. Unfortunately, yes, I should have Silver Pineapps it probably, but hey. Thank you very much for the RSVP. It ticks off another Dragonite. We've had quite a few of those shinies, but I would say equal amounts through remotes and all the way from Portugal. That's splendid. Literally, there's even a missing gym there, apparently. I think I just need to refresh the game. It's quite buggy today, that's for damn sure. And we have 2 remote raids remaining. Oh, thank you very much. Sandra's been jumping in all the raids in the last bit. Thank you very much. The Shundo team has not been bringing in the best luck, unfortunately. It's a bit of a shame. God! 1158 or 57, which is not the Hundo because it's 1179. Pink Snizzle? It is not, but it's a male one. 1157. Ooh, the local Walpole Pond Gym. Our second Butterfree or Butterfree shiny as it became nicknamed. I think it was 2021. It was one of the first costume fashionable Pokemon. Lovely. 7 minutes to go. Maybe we can get 2 more in-person raids done. Let's see, 1241. Nearly the floor. And now we're here at the end of the video and indeed the end of my editing process, so time to total up. But I will say we maxed out the 20 remotes we're allowed today. I will do some more after midnight because I am that mad. So looking at what we got, 86 raids in total. That means 66 in person, and that's just due to obviously 1 and 3 stars and not stopping walking. You jump in the raid, go, hit ready, hit another. So we did 7 Butterfree, got 2 shinies. We did 7 Diglets, got 2 shinies. We did a lot more Dragonite, more than I can probably count, got 4 shinies of those. Wooper we did 9, got no shiny of this. 6 Sneasel, no shiny. 8 Curlier, 1 shiny. 6 Absol, no shiny. 3 Shinx, 1 shiny. Obviously shout out to Alex Nexton for that 1 raid, 1 and done kind of thing. 7 Krogunk, no shiny, but a Hundo on one of the remotes. Fabulous as always. 6 Blitzel, 1 shiny, and Minccino, 10 no shiny. So you can see, I know a lot of the raids were not featured in the video, but we did do a fair amount and a mixture of everything. We came away with 11 shinies with a varied mix of everything. Obviously we missed out on some. Not a problem for myself because I've said I've played these events over the years many times, and in fact did a 24-hour grind in 2021, 22 and 23 for the Fashion Week. But I still maintain and I still think this was not a raid day event that they should have done. 11 raid bosses in a 3-hour window is way too much. There were multiple rotations where Dragonite wasn't featured, or Diglett, if that was what you wanted, wasn't featured. We've already seen problems with a 3 different raid boss raid day, like the Curon Fusion raid day at the beginning of the year. That actually had technically 4 different raid bosses in 30-minute rotations, and that was causing issues for people as well. So putting 11 in is frankly mad. But I would like to see the Fashion Week come back as a proper event. That event, as well as Spring Into Spring, are so much more deserving of an event time in the calendar for Pokemon Go than things like the Bug Out event, or even, I know we've quite enjoyed the Shockingly Good Time event, but really, aside from the April Fools and them releasing Mimikyu, there's very little that's new in this event that's currently happening. Fashion Week would have been brilliant, honestly, and I really hope they take some feedback on board and bring it back as a proper event. But let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comments below, and let me know your wins and raids and everything, and what should you do? Obviously, the 20 remotes or the raid passes you get don't necessarily have to go towards the fashionable Pokemon if you don't want them to. Obviously the orange passes do, because they're set within the 3-hour window. If you like what you see here, please consider hitting that subscribe button down below, sticking around for plenty more Pokemon Go content, and I will put a 24-hour challenge over here for the Fashion Week. That was a much better event, honestly, as a full-on, proper, week-long event with wild spawns, raids and research and everything. Quality event. We'll pop something over here as well with some more costume shenanigans, shall we say. But until the next time, folks, I will say, do take care.